We are live! Live!
Welcome to the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie Show, sponsored by the Beacons app and co-sponsored now by Signature Transportation Group. Cousin
Hold
Donnie.
on. That's news.
Yeah, big news. Welcome to the final show of the year. How's Cousin Donnie, my man?
Cousin Donnie's great. It's been a minute since I saw everybody, so hopefully everyone is doing well and had a great Christmas. That's big news. I know you and Kevin have been chatting a little bit on the side. I'm glad you're working some deals in our favor. I appreciate you. But yeah, Cousin Donnie's good. Hopefully Uncle Jimmy is doing good.
Yeah, you know, it's been just a crazy holiday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the kids,
yeah,
Santa Claus, the new merch at Papa Magoo's, huh? We got all new merch out today, so things are going good.
You can't fix stupid, right, Jim?
That's right. You cannot fix stupid.
So where does that saying come from?
You know, it's just something that we've always said in the past from the last bar, and it just kind of carried over. It's just something we always say because people in the bar industry sometimes just don't think, you know.
Fair.
Yeah, so it's just one of those situations where it just kind of follows you, and it just stuck, right? So, but you know, here we are, the last show of 2024. We have a lot of memories tonight, a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, some good stories, some not so good.
Great things that happened this year, right? In softball, and maybe not in softball, you know, in everything that people watch our show, they will appreciate. Great things. I got to give a shout out to my guy, Phil McHugh, in the chat. What's up, Coach Phil? Rumor mill, Jimmy, I might have said this on the last show. Phil McHugh is going to be a member of Signature next year.
Really? What? Why would he do that to himself?
Because he wants to be around some of the best looking guys in the game. That's for sure.
Okay.
That's easy.
All right, we'll go with that one.
I'm happy to see Phil. He's a great guy.
You mean my wingman Scar is what you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Scar, handsome guy.
So we have a bunch of people jumping on the show right now. Steve Burke, welcome to the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie Show. Mr. Jack McLaughlin, welcome. You already mentioned Phil. Our boy Butter. Our boy Butter's out there from Arkansas. What's going on, Butter? Roberto just jumped on. We also have little Marty, Richard. So a bunch of people jumping on now. We're up to about 42 live. Vern's on there. So happy holidays, Big Mick. Happy New Year. Welcome, guys. So tonight we're going to bring you guys a little bit different of a show. I feel like we're going to talk about what's recently been going on in the last month in the softball world. But then we're also going to get into some funny moments of 2024 and just kind of fill people in on some of the stories that took place throughout this year, both good and bad, right? Because that's what we're here to do, to deliver. So what's up, J-Rob? What's up, my teammate? And Donnie, too. What's going on?
Hello, John. Hello, John.
Hello, Steven, our number one customer, Steven John. So thank you, buddy.
It's always fireworks when he is near Facebook after 9 p.m. So Great that he's with us in the chat.
It's an awesome thing. So tell us, Donnie, give us some updates, Donnie. I know this is always you. Give us some updates in regards to this time of the year, what's been going on. We could talk a little bit about the Filkins tournament that we ran at the GoPro Dome. But before we get to the Filkins thing, tell us a little bit about what happened this past weekend.
Yep. Well, this weekend, tournament in Aurora, won by JP. You can't imagine anything else to close out the year. JP on the another end of a win. That guy does all he does is win. JP.
Right.
Co-ed tournament, overnight tournament, pretty cool. Some big news out of Iowa, and for us, they announced their 2024 Hall of Fame inductees that are going to be inducted on February 22nd, I believe. We got my guy Chad Hook, so huge congrats to Chad. Ben Happel from Chucks. I know he played with Stover, I believe, for a long time. He's always around that Chucks team. And then Chad Harold, your guy, Chad Harold, who we love. He's a great human being. So I'm pumped for Chad. Talked to him today. He's super excited. And that's what it's all about. And guys that deserve it, getting on in.
I don't know if those Iowa guys are going to be able to handle us on February 22nd. What do you think? My boy Drew Ladick just jumped on right now, who made the trip down to Mr. Filkins tournament. So welcome, Drew. But
Steve Burke says 2025 Downey plans on growing a mustache. Impossible. I wish I could, but this is as much facial hair as you're going to get out of me. I
didn't even get a haircut today, but god damn, the hair looking good, Donnie. Huh? So
I'm glad you're happy with
it. Yeah, for sure. But the Hall of Fame here in Iowa, I think is going to be it's pretty cool what they're doing. I know Jake Reynolds obviously was a big supporter of this. And I honestly think, say what you want, but Donnie, I know you blew off the night here in Chicago, but the red carpet of the interviews is what caught Jake Reynolds' eye in order to do this.
Okay.
So, no, it's totally not. But I just think that it's going to be cool. And I hopefully Jake will allow us to come through the red carpet. As soon as he gives me the thumbs up on it, I'm going to go ahead and book the hotel. And you're going to tell your lovely wife that you're going to be gone for 24 hours. We'll probably have to leave either Friday night or early Saturday morning because it's a 4.5 hour drive.
Okay.
So it's basically Marshalltown is where it's at, where we play the tournament. So we're going to have to leave one or the other and then have to come back on Sunday. So if we can squeeze 2 nights out of it, I'd rather do that. But if we definitely can't, we'll do it early Saturday and head on up. So I'm excited for that night. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'd be really cool to help support the Iowa softball organization and what they're doing out there. So, and of course, our guy Drew.
That's everybody's boy. He was great when he was here for your tournament, which was a great success, by the way. The only thing I would change about your tournament, Jim, is I wish our team won a game. That would be the only thing I could change about it. I wish Brian Sloan could have pitched it a little bit better for us. Maybe got another hit or two. But the mic'd up game on YouTube, honorable mention for moment of the year for me. I loved watching it. That was so fun to watch. Everybody texted me, dude, this is cool. This is awesome. We will do more of that in 2025.
So I'm working, Donnie, since you mentioned that, I'm working on I already have the earpieces. I'm working on getting a walkie-talkie that you can clip on. So when you speak, you'll be able to hear each other.
Awesome.
Like you're in the field and I'm off the field and vice versa.
Awesome.
So I got to find some technology that will allow that, which I think it's just a regular walkie-talkie. And we're going to figure that out. So I was talking with Kevin Duff about that because he's the one who purchased our mics for us. So thank you for Signature Transportation Group on that. And then, there you go. Jake Reynolds says you guys are in. So
you heard it here first.
We'll be in Iowa, I believe, February 22nd. Then
there you go.
It'll be a fun old time. But bunch of people jumping on. Rich Rizzo, welcome to the show. You Huffer, welcome. Jeff, welcome. Chad, welcome. Paul, Angelo, Chris, Keith Anderson. So a bunch of people jumping on here late. But Donnie.
Yep.
Any other updates? What you mentioned, you were talking about the Filkins Foundation, what we did for them.
Yep.
We were able to raise over $1,200 that night between the split the pots. So after I paid all the umpires and the balls, and gave money for the desk individual that sat there with most of us for most of the night. We made over $1,200, which I thought was pretty good considering we only had, I think we had 67 people sign up.
Yep.
So, that was pretty cool. We still have half a dozen of balls for next time, which is awesome. So, I know, I wouldn't say congrats, but definitely throw out just some honor in regards to Rich Hennessy and Chooch. Thank you for their time and support. I know they were fun with the night for sure. You know what I mean? And
Chooch had a blast.
I think Rich Hennessy, Chooch had a blast. Not only did he eat for free, he also drank for free. So
he's the only guy that drank for free all night. I want him to know that.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
He was, no lie. But
that was great time. Thank you for hosting that. I'm sure you'll do that again in the future. But a great moment. And the golf simulators were fun. Everyone seemed to have a really good time. So
yeah. So really quick while we're on the dome, I'm gonna plan on probably having a tournament somewhere at the end of January. I'm gonna try to run a major tournament. I'm gonna try to get some of the major teams for a one-night tournament, if possible. And we're gonna see how that goes. I'm gonna start working on that here, coming up in the next week. So I think that would be cool, and throw out a date for everybody and see if that works.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, we could just open it up to everybody, right? We're not going to hold back and do anything like that. And then also, Chris Harrison had reached out to me about possibly doing a co-ed 14-inch league, which would be Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesday nights. Every time you come, you play a doubleheader. So cool. That's how that's going to go. And so that's pretty much all the updates in regards to softball. I know that Hex, congratulations to Hex for winning the Dome League.
They did.
Rosemont,
beating you. They beat me, yeah. Right? They beat us.
I played probably the worst game I've seen you guys play in a long time. So
I struggled up the middle for sure. They hit the ball when they had to. The bottom of their lineup hit good. It was the Sauce guys, Jim, that played pretty well. Al Rice hit 2 homers, of course. He's the best player in a dome God ever created, and he might have had 50 RBIs in the dome season for this Hex team.
Probably. I know he hit 2 home. He definitely hit 2 home runs the night I was there. So
he hits 2 home runs every single game. Yeah.
It's what happens when you play on 210-foot fences.
He's a cheat code.
Even a guy like yourself goes.
I knew you were going to insult me by that, but I did hit a homer off you, and that I want everyone to know. We took it downtown. Jimmy, let me get into some of these.
All right, let's get into the top 10.
So I got some honorable mentions. Forgot about this for a minute there, but Angelo Feliciano pitched a perfect game this year at 8 Nationals.
Yes.
And then the team he was on, the brothers team put together by Matty Dozen, won at Hamlin. So good year for Angelo Feliciano. Fat Kids did really well this year at the A level and be moving up to the major level next year, or have it going to be a major team next year. The emergence of the cut shot bat for Mikey Henricks came out with a bunch of new models. And, we've been a supporter of him for a while, and we're proud to see him kind of taking off. I have 2 other honorable mentions. Mike North was on our show and had some unbelievable technical difficulties for the first 40 minutes before he got on the show.
Oh.
It was great. We would cut to the Mike North cam, and he would be not there or arguing on the phone with somebody. But it was great. It was a great moment for us, the Mike North cam. And then lastly, we don't have a video or picture of this, but Mickey Balestri, as a guest on our show, had I think he had 15 beers during the hour he was on, and then went to the bathroom in the middle of the program. That's a first for us.
Yeah, it went to the bathroom. Not only did it go to the bathroom, put us on hold, and then came back with more beer and drank more beer.
Yep.
Incredible, dude. Absolutely incredible.
And that hasn't been done since, and it probably won't be doing it again.
But one of the main staples of 2024 is our man Staples.
Staples
just put a comment in the thing. He's in the house.
I like that he calls himself Staples now.
I know. He's learned to live with it. He's a good sport. And since we're on the Staples topic, I've actually got some good videos or good things of Staples, huh?
Yeah.
So we all, for the most part, everyone's all saw Staples, right? But we saw his opening video, right?
Uh-huh.
And I think this is I didn't want to put, we could have put a ton of pictures of Staples, a ton of videos, a ton of, you name it. I think this one that I'm going to play here probably tops it all.
Okay.
You tell me what you think here.
Put it on there.
I want water. I got a colonoscopy tomorrow. Can't drink. I want water. I got a colonoscopy tomorrow. Can't drink.
Classic video.
It is. I think is probably one of the funniest videos. I got a colonoscopy tomorrow. How we get these type of videos is beyond me.
Why is he yelling that in a restaurant?
Staples, huh? So unbelievable.
That was a great moment.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So, but like I said, happy holidays to our boy Staples. I could have filled up the Staples comments on here, but I think that one is the one that classed them all, right? I mean, it has to be.
That's a classic moment in our year right there. A clip that got played more than any other clip on our show for good reason.
Fucking Staples. But
well, I'll start with my my moments here for the year. The first one I have is Dome and dancing. So we started early on in the year in January getting into playing in your dome. And Signature had won a couple games in that dome, and you were forced to wear something on your head that says Signature loves Uncle Jimmy. The original bet said just write Signature on your head in Sharpie. But you didn't do that. But that was a close second, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah. This one's a good one. This one's a good one.
I was happy about how we played in the dome against you, just to make you do a bunch of different dumb stuff.
It was classic. And just so the fans know, we actually had a bet every time we played.
Yeah.
And so when I lost the next bet, I actually had to do this. and then when which is dude, that dude's got moves, Donnie. Look at that dude. He got moves.
Come on.
Look at him. He got moves. So,
you don't like
and then Donnie, though, when somebody lost the bet. Look at this.
All they do is copy me.
Look at this guy.
She keep worrying about my hoes. I had to block her. Had to kick off the list. I'm playing soccer. Why you acting Jamaican?
I still laugh at your video all the time. Like, you literally thought you were good.
I was good. You know what I mean? I didn't think I was good. I knew I was good.
Which was the best part about that video. You know that? The absolute best part about that video. You really thought you were good.
I know I'm good. I knew I was good. So, and people said mine was way better. Look at that. Wow. I was getting money in that video. Getting money.
What do we got next on the list, Donnie?
The next thing is actually something I called you about. I was just kind of like, I was just driving my car, right? I was on the road and I was like, man, Jimmy really got sued this year. Jimmy got sued this year. So if you want to dive into that a little bit.
Well, before we get there, okay? Before we get to the whole suing part, I wanted to show a picture. Do you remember this picture?
I know. I'm going to get into this. This is also in my top 10. So hold on to that for right now, because there's a little bit of a story behind that photo that I'll get into.
Let me. You talking about getting sued?
Yeah.
So here is. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna pop up. Maybe not. It might not pop up, Donnie.
That would suck, but that's okay. It's the. I believe it's what in legal terms is a cease and desist.
Yeah, it's definitely the cease and desist. Yep, it's not working there, but whatever. So we added that one late. Yeah, that was a definitely a moment of 2024 that kind of wish never happened, to be honest with you, Donnie.
You know, a lot of people want to know, Jim, and I do as well. What ended up happening with that? If you could speak on it,
Yeah.
what happened there?
Well, I guess since I'm sure most of the people know, right? We went into the tournament as Team Mudville.
Mm-hmm.
We had a individual by the name of Gio. He used to run Mudville, so you and I thought,
Correct.
you know, it was kind of a funny joke. I didn't think it was that serious when we did it. I thought it would be pretty funny. And so we went into the Melrose tournament as Team Mudville, and we made shirts, which, by the way, would have been probably the top selling shirt in 2024 if we sold them. And the night before the tournament, I received that letter at 2:30 something in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 2:30 in the morning. I received that letter. So when I woke up, I was able to see the cease and desist. I'm going to try to pop it up one more time. I could see it here, but for some reason it ain't downloading, which is weird. But whatever, it's not working. So all it is a cease and desist about the Team Mudville using the Mudville name. And basically they gave me 24 hours to respond. Well, he did to the letter. So just because I thought it was absolutely ridiculous.
What was the conclusion of all that?
I don't know. It was ridiculous that we got a cease and desist from the joke. I waited to, I think, 2:29 a.m. the next morning to respond. So at the 23-hour and 59-minute mark, I think I responded back with okay or yes. I guess some of the people were saying that was Gio's joke to us. I don't believe that, but if it is, great. It was funny. I'm cool with it, but I think a lot of people in a lot of people in softball didn't think it was a joke, and I didn't think it was a joke at the time either. So, but that all started 2024.
I don't think I'm better than you. Donnie. You think I'm better than you, and that's why you're mad.
So when everything took place for a reason, this right here is what started it. All right.
Yeah.
So this was sent in by a fan of ours.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty funny. But it was just an awesome picture of Gio punching you in the face. So getting back to the cease and desist, that it was just a situation where it took its course. And honestly, I've never heard anything since. I don't think Gio would do something legally to come after me for Team Mudville. And if he did, I've got lawyers too. I'm not worried. But it's just it's over softball and over fun stuff. So that's how we got to that point. That's where it's at now. I haven't heard anything. I don't think anything's moving forward. I think that's all in the past, which is a good thing for both you and I, right? So
correct. My next the next moment of 2024.
Yeah.
A special one to me, a Midsummer Classic. We do have a video that we can play for an event that happened during the Midsummer Classic. And then we'll talk about the events of the tournament itself. But if you'd be so kind.
So the Midsummer Classic, I do have a video for you. Let me get to it. So this is an individual who is running around second base.
Fast as I could. Fast as that person could.
Directly on his face. I'm going to play it twice for everybody.
Please.
Because I think it's just, maybe, you know what, Donnie? Because it's you, I'm going to play it 3 times. Just because it's you.
I love trying, I love looking at Drew Ladick during the video. It is so good to see how angry he is that they didn't get me out. Look at Drew.
Yeah. He is pretty angry, I ain't gonna lie. He's
jumping around and cursing. was rounding second pretty hard. Ate it. Went on my face.
So
and
really quick, we got a couple guys from Iowa. Greg, hello.
Yes.
Happy holidays. Our boy Rob Grisano said best idea created was in Marshalltown, Iowa. So he's talking about where we came up with the team idea.
Yeah.
So for those viewers that maybe didn't see the show and how it was, Team Jagoff goes to Marshalltown, Iowa every single year. We play $5 an out the whole weekend, and on the way home as a team, and every member of the team always usually stops. We stop at Machine Shed, which is about halfway home, and we have a nice meal. And the food there is incredible. We have a great meal, and during that meal, Mickey Balestri, after the situation that took place, which I guess could be a highlight of 2024 as well.
It is the highlight.
In Old Timers Bar. We'll get there. And we stopped there, and basically Mickey said, this is the idea. This is what we're going to do for Melrose. And I think everyone at the table didn't believe I was going to do it, and I had the shirts ordered the next day.
Yeah. You had the shirts ordered the next day. Is funny.
I did. Shirts were ordered the next day.
I 100% believe that. Oh man, that's great. I will continue. Drew said, looking like a turtle on his back. Yeah.
So we have some more people that joined the show really quick. Christine, welcome to the show. I believe that's Shed Hook's lady. So welcome, Christine.
There you go.
Rolo Avilio, welcome. Bruce Lee, Paul Rowan, the president of the Hall of Fame, welcome. Our boy Jeff Beethoven, welcome. Chris, welcome. Katie Williams has joined. Gary, Jimmy DeVito, my Aunt Lisa, welcome to the show. Happy holidays.
Hello, Aunt Lisa.
Lane Leddick, welcome. Samantha Lawler, welcome. Congratulations to the Lawler family on opening Lawler's, the new location on 111th. So if you haven't been out there on the south side of Chicago, get out there, support Shane and the Lawler family. Our boy Scott Erdecki, welcome, who is also a member of Team Jagoff. I know you mentioned Chooch, John Crawford, Mike Ray, Adam Olson, our boy Peckus, as we said. So John Shields just chopped on, so welcome, guys. Peckus says I won't be driving back with anyone home. So, yeah, and I don't think anyone's going to want to drive with you either, Peckus, so don't worry about that. Peckus was driving about 55 miles an hour on the way home, and guys wanted to kill him in the car. So,
yeah,
good old story there. But go ahead. What's the next one on the list, the memories of 2024?
The next one I have is, this is a big moment, Jim. Whether you may like it or not, it was the first ever Nicky Lopez tournament, a great event in Mount Greenwood. And popcorn with an unbelievable moment. I mean, in the grand scheme of softball in the season, that team against the team that we had out there, underdog story, walk-off home run to win that tournament, and probably the biggest moment of that human being's life. I was pumped for him, honestly. But pretty cool event. It was great to see Nicky Lopez out there, just kind of expanding the game and growing it as much as possible. So
pretty good championship. They beat us.
It was really
5.
It was a really, really good game. A couple of errors here and there, right, Jim? We don't, not to make excuses.
They beat us 6-5 in the final,
they
right?
They had 2 homers that game, Morris Greco and Popcorn. So it was cool. Was probably a good thing for that tournament too, because now you'll see more teams try and play. And we'll be interested to see what happens next year. So
yeah, I'm sure Papa Magoo's will have another team in it. There's no doubt about that. Well,
really cool.
All depends if Nicky Lopez is going to run it again. I don't know if he's going to be with the White Sox or not.
Right.
So.
It depends on where he signs. He might not be in town.
But right. I mean, if he's not in town, I don't know if they're going to be able to run it, but we'll see, right? So
right. The next one I have relates to our show a little bit. We have Papa Hop's Magic. We had Liam Hopkins on our show the week of Papa Hops, and he was able to talk about all the work that goes into the tournament. A fantastic guest. If you haven't seen that show, go watch that one. He was awesome. Just pumped to talk about it. John Zawoski helped him out, was on that show. So walk-off in the bottom of the 7th. Joe Piscitelli, Danny Dispenza went when he probably wasn't supposed to and scored on a game-winning base hit, and an unbelievable moment, and probably biggest non-major tournament. Some may say the biggest tournament of the year. So,
and
pretty cool.
if we were able to add more videos on our little screenplay here,
We would put the end.
We would have put that on there.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we couldn't do that.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, Danny Dispenza probably runs the hardest out of anyone I've ever seen in my life.
He is a psycho.
I think he hurts the ground when he runs. That's how hard.
Yeah.
So
he is a psycho.
There's no doubt about that. But yeah, great moment, Papa Hops. Awesome ending of another championship game. So
yeah,
and that was back-to-back nights. Think about that.
Oh yeah,
Lopez was the night before.
Right.
Papa Hops that night, and then we had Terry Moran.
Oh yeah, because JP was coaching that team.
Yeah.
Popcorn's team, and then he was a part of the Papa Hops team.
Yes.
Did anyone have a better 2024 than JP?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think he did.
Probably not.
We would have won the Terry Moran tournament, I think, if we didn't drop a pop-up in the infield. Would have been the third out, and we probably win the game. I don't know if we double dip or what we do. I mean, we get there at least.
Pretty cool year of that kind of stuff.
Yep. So yeah, he was on fire this year when it came to coaching teams. There's no doubt about that. Which means next year he probably won't win a single thing.
He's definitely, his luck is out. His luck is gone.
Yeah, usually how it goes, right? But he did end this year with another win at last
night.
Yeah, in the Dome. So
yeah, crazy, man. Crazy stuff. Moving forward, I have a No Glove National repeat champion, Flash, with their second year in a row winning that. So huge shout out to those guys. Great tournament, awesome turnout. Jimmy, anything on that?
You know what, Flash, once again, they'll be going for the three-peat this year coming up.
Yep.
I think, obviously I hope we end their three-peat, of course, right? That's what it's all about, competitiveness.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're going to be a tough team again. I mean, probably the best team on paper, as we all say. But we'll see, right? We'll see how it goes. And look forward to playing them, hopefully a lot more this season than I have in the past. So should be an interesting 2025.
Yep. Any photos of stuff that I missed so far that you want to put on there?
But I had this one in mind here. And
that could be right now. We're talking about it. That's Julian. And right after No Gloves. There you go.
Right. So this is Julian and Chucky, right? So since Chucky is not my teammate, I do apologize to this Chucky, but this did crack the top 10 of our photos. So I figured Julian would like this, and so would Chucky, right? So I thought it was a pretty funny picture. Whoever sent this one in, I don't remember who it was, but definitely hysterical for sure. So
yeah, that's a good one. That ties perfectly to what we were talking about. So well done of finding that one, Jim.
Yep.
Anything else so far that I missed? Because I've got two more things.
This is more of an honorable mention for me. I know it's not necessarily funny, but I think it's a weekend that means a ton to me. And to softball. Of course, it ain't gonna populate or show up, I guess. But that must have been the ones I added in late. But that's the Dana Strong.
Yeah.
I had a picture of the Punkies team there. Unfortunately, for some reason, that one didn't load either. Not sure why. But the Punkies team was a picture with the Dana Strong family, and then myself, and then obviously you guys. Punkies now, I believe, have won it 2 years in a row.
Yep.
Maybe 3 years, 2 or 3 years in a row they've won it. And so congratulations to them, obviously, and an awesome, really cool weekend. We were able to raise, I believe, over $20-something thousand last I heard. I didn't get a final total from the family because I give all the money that I collect that day to the family right then and there. So, they also sell shots, they sell liquor, they sell all bunch of stuff. They get donations. So I don't know the accurate or the exact dollar amount. All I know, it was definitely north of $20,000 this year, and by far the most we've ever raised on a Saturday. in August. So just wanted to point that out there. And that tournament will be the same Saturday next year, always the Saturday before Major Nationals. So maybe awesome. I'll change up the format a little bit, just because I feel like it's kind of getting stale a little bit, and just kind of try something new. We could do that next year, and then that's something we can kick around by doing it like 5 major players and 5 A players, or 5 major and 5 whatever on the same team. I don't know. Maybe we get more teams. Maybe we don't. Or, I just feel like with the major side now, like less and less major players have been playing, and now we're down to 7 teams where the A side was at 11. So it's just, for the major guys, I don't think it's fair, and vice versa. But I think after the weekend in the Dome with some of the other guys playing with major guys, I think a lot of the major guys had fun. And I think a lot of the A guys had fun playing with major guys too. So it was pretty, I think pretty competitive all the way through. There was a couple blowouts, but out of the 7 games we had some incredible games that night in a Dome with 1 home run hit the whole night. Think about that.
Who was it?
It was the lefty, Lopez.
Oh, Lopez.
Yeah.
Anthony
who
Lopez.
actually won the split the pot that night. Yeah.
Did he really?
So
good for him. Hopefully put in the machine.
He probably did.
Yeah, he probably did. Yeah, that was great. I like that. Nice honorable mention for Dana Strong. I've got 2 things left before we get into the final thing. I want to say thank you to everybody who watches the program. We enjoy this doing this show a lot. And Jimmy, I enjoy hanging out with you when we do this show. And I want to thank everybody for watching, and thank you to the sponsor for the Beacon Tap. It's been awesome. And now our new sponsor in Kevin Duff. So thank you guys so much for all the support for our show. And when you see me out in public, say how much you love the show, that we appreciate that so much. So I wanted to add that to the list and just say thank you guys for the support. We'll be, we're going to keep on doing shows, and once softball gets back in gear, we'll be.
I think we lost Cousin Donnie here. So, Cousin Donnie, I think we lost you, buddy. We have to get you off and back on. Donnie froze on us. So maybe Donnie will be able to figure out his computer, get back on. But as he was getting into, wanted to say thank you to the support of everyone who watches our show, what they do in regards to, in person, and kind of what it means to Donnie and I over the time that we've been doing it. I think it's pretty cool to see a lot of the guests and a lot of the people in softball appreciate, just kind of us trying to grow the game at a bigger level. And that kind of leads me right into Rismondo. We have, before I get to Rismondo, I want to say hello to Ricky. I want to say hello to Justin Leroy, Ted Carter, Tom O'Malley, Jim Macy, Matt Dozen, Brad Rivera, Steve Lopez. Welcome, obviously, to the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie Show. Donnie having a little technical difficulties, got booted off. But we were just talking about the Forest Park, No Glove National. We talked a little bit about the Dana Strong, and then the weekend after Dana Strong is the Major National Tournament, which we all know that Rismondo came, the biggest 12-inch team, the best 12-inch team in the world. They came to play our game of 16-inch. When they came to play our game of 16-inch, obviously they ended up winning the tournament, but I think it was a little more difficult for them than they expected. It took them 2 or 3 games to really adapt to what we do. Say what they want, favorable draw or not. They played who they played, and they ended up competing and winning and beating Flash in the final on probably one of the farthest balls I've ever seen hit from a 16-inch perspective. Holstein used to hit bombs too, but definitely one of the farthest bombs I've seen out of a 16-inch softball. So that being said, that's that. Hopefully next year when it comes to the 12-inch game, Rismondo is, as we've had on our show previously, hopefully they're going to bring more 12-inch teams. And if they bring more 12-inch teams, I think it's going to be a huge opportunity for our game to continue to grow. I know that we're seeing more and more support out of the San Diego. We're seeing more and more support out of Yuma. We're seeing more and more support, from multiple avenues of what we do. And here's Donnie back on the show. Donnie, what's going on?
Hold on. Can you hear me okay?
You're a little muzzled, but let's talk again.
Here, hold on. Let me sign up. My phone overheated. I don't know what happened. It just overheated and shut off. So hold on. Let me try to get this up and running again.
All right. Yeah, and so as he figures that out, what I was saying about Rismondo and the 12-inch group, hopefully they continue to support our game, and hopefully they continue to, bring more teams as time goes on. I know we really enjoyed having them here in Chicago. I think that they really enjoyed and saw the competitiveness of our game, and I think they understand our game a little bit more now than they did last year. So from what they're telling me, they're bringing, possibly 3, possibly 4 more teams next season. We put it on their calendar. We'll be following up with them here after the new year and hopefully looking to, support our game. We also mentioned the women's game. Obviously, we're trying to grow and trying to get that. We've filmed some opportunities over this past summer where we had some people support the women's game. They were talking about bringing some women with them and women teams as well to really buff up the women's side of the bracket, which I think would be pretty cool, not only for the women's game, but also just for softball in general, bringing more and more just attraction to our game. And I think that only will help. So, Donnie, talking about Rismondo and Major Nationals and some of the 12-inch teams that are going to be coming for 2025, but telling people how awesome it was to have them in 2024. And then discussing a little bit about what they told us in regards to them bringing more women and women's teams to the game. So I think,
love it. That was my number 2, Jim, was Rismondo coming and playing ball with us. So thank you for touching on that. Awesome stuff to see those guys. And I would love to see them again next year. It sounds like we are with RoofX and others. So pumped about that. I want to get into my number 1 before the phone dies again. So let me get into my number 1 moment of 2024. You ready?
Before we get there, okay. I've got one more video I want to share.
Okay.
This video was the most watched video in softball history. Right?
Okay.
This is the Birdman.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know the Birdman,
nice pitch, kid.
No fucking way, Rich.
Playing a fall ball.
Pinch hitter.
We call the Birdman Inc. And so Birdman Inc. I'll play it one more time for those just jumping on. Birdman gets a hit. And this year he got to hit 3 times in 1 inning. This is, I believe, his second or first at bat. And he strikes out.
Nice pitch, kid.
No fucking way, Rich.
Hey, pinch hitter.
He just totally, oh my God. He just totally giggled, laughed the whole time. Awesome. It was a pretty cool moment. And for those videos, that video right there received over 1 million views on social media. On Facebook alone, it was
Crazy.
over 1.1 million. And other sites, it was over 100,000. So that one video received over 1.2 million views nationwide for our game. Yes, it was Birdman striking out, but it still receives over 1 million too. He also had another video that I didn't upload. That video is on pace right now also to get over 700,000 views. So if you want to go to our Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie page on Facebook, you can scroll down and see the videos we're talking about. Over 5,000 likes on each video. So we got to say thank you to the Birdman, right?
Love the Birdman. Unbelievable stuff. Just to have that many views for such a short, simple, honestly, horrible clip of 6-hit softball. That just took off. The Birdman, he moves the needle.
That's it.
Amazing.
That's how the Birdman does it. And
Yeah.
he's coming up on tax season, so you better watch out. We might have to pay taxes. So.
Last thing, number 1 moment. Making friends in Marshalltown is the title of this last moment, Jim.
Where are you going?
I'm sure you've heard the stories. The wonderful Robbie Grisano and our guy Little B merging in a lovely duet our guy John Oplosky, Opie, and Richie Battistoni, two that never saw eye to eye,
Right.
merging together in a fit of love. We were so close to merging that final relationship, Jim. If you'll show the photo now that I sent you earlier.
All right, I'm gonna show the photo.
That picture.
I don't know where you're going with this photo, but
that photo was taken the night of that incident where you took 2 buckets of beers from old timers in a small, scary bus that we took back to the hotel. And what an unbelievable night of friendship in the 6-inch softball game that was almost complete rather than one incident. I'm sure you all know what the incident was.
yeah.
But Marshalltown is where people make friendships happen. And I got to love it.
You know what? It was an incredible year in Marshalltown. I think the vibe, is the most cool thing about that bar. And I mean, I've been to that bar.
It's a great place to be.
I've been there 25 plus times in my
Awesome
life.
time. It's an awesome
that
time.
night, for some reason, the vibe in that bar was tremendous in regards to the amount of fun people were having. Also, just the amount of, I don't know, pure joy I felt that everyone had on their face. And we tried to make that moment great, Donnie. And unfortunately,
Yeah,
it went south in a hurry.
it unfortunately didn't come full circle like we'd imagined. But still a fantastic night for those who could make amends and drink Hennessy together in the bar.
Yeah. How about Robbie throwing up after doing the shot of Hennessy with Little B?
Oh man, listen, Marshalltown is amazing.
Yeah.
And things happen in Marshalltown, okay? Things happen.
I mean,
great.
We're going back next year. Team Jagoff will be present. You know that. So
right.
It's Can't also, it's like I said, we look forward to it every single year. I think it's an opportunity to go out and take a bunch of good guys and have a good 48 hours worth of fun.
Yeah.
And that's what softball is all about, right? And so
yep.
I want to say that my number one thing in 2025 is really try to continue to grow the game of softball. And we have to take the next step. So now that we're kind of more involved with the 12-inch community, I would like for a 16-inch team to give back and go play 12-inch next year somewhere, somehow.
Yeah.
Whether it's next year or maybe January of 2026 when they do the, from the state tournament, they call it the Cup, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we do that, whether we do it somewhere, I think us growing the game and what we're going to do next, want to give kind of I know you talked a little bit about earlier on the show with the mic'd up games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times we're going to be able to do that during tournament play, but at least we can start trying it out during the regular season games. And maybe, if there's an opportunity for us to try it out during the tournaments, we will, if it doesn't affect anything, right?
Yep.
That's one cool thing. And getting that audio out there and getting that out there to a lot of the players and stuff like that, I think that could take some things off. But Donnie, is there anything that comes to your mind when we talk about growing softball in 2025 outside of the 12-inch that you want to do?
We've done all right this year, honestly, Jim. I think we're doing okay. It's just going to be continuing to do shows, talking about maybe getting a TV spot some way, somehow, trying to get that through and put that in the works.
Yeah.
That's the way. That's my end goal with this, right? Try to make it more or nationally known. But truthfully, love doing the show. Hopefully, the people watch and understand how cool this is. For 2025, just keep on doing it. I would love to win a No Glove National. That's my goal. But let's keep on going with this, man.
Yeah. No, I agree. We're going to do that, and we're going to make our list of guests who we want to start off 2025.
Yep.
I think it's only fair that we probably start going back to Tuesday nights, right?
Yep.
We'll go back to Tuesday nights in 2025. Since there's really no softball going on, there shouldn't be much going on. We'll go to Tuesdays at 9 p.m. every Tuesday. And I think not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, which would be, let me get a date out there.
We'll definitely figure out a day. If that Tuesday doesn't work, we'll always communicate when we'll be live. But
I think we'll start the week of the 14th, 13th, which will give us a whole week to get an interview or get someone to interview, ask around, develop our list. I think it'll be really cool. And then we'll start going week to week on that once we kind of ramp up into the season. We're still going to do our after tournament interviews that we love to do, right? With the teams. Yep. We got to do that last year. There's a lot of cool stuff that's, we have the Hall of Fame. They're going to be coming out with their inductees and stuff like that for next year. So we'll be having the round table with all the people who are on the ballot. Maybe we should do that with the Iowa guys as well. On a show before the February 22nd night, we'll get the people who are getting inducted into the Hall of Fame to come on our show and talk a little bit about each individual and who they are and what their career was about. I think Chad, a couple of them have been on the show. Well, maybe actually no. Has any of them been on the show?
Has Chad Harold been on the show? He has once.
Yeah.
But Chad Hook's never been. I know it's pretty cool. Chad Hook and his dad are now in the Hall of Fame for Iowa. That's cool.
Yeah.
So Chad will come on here. I'm sure Ben will love to come on here and talk ball, and Chad Harold will make a second appearance. So that'd be really cool.
Yep. So it says Greg says a lot more Iowa Illinois collaboration.
Oh yeah.
We'll grow the game. Invite us.
No problem.
We always have an open window, right? Knock on our door, send us emails. We field when we're going week to week, man. I'm fielding 10 to 15 calls every week about our show and what we should do and this, that, and another. So we're open, right? That's the cool thing about it. And I also want to end, Donnie, on this too. In 2025, if there's people that want to live stream a game and use our platform as our platform continues to grow, please reach out to Donnie and I. We had several individuals who actually live streamed girls softball, which I think is cool.
That was cool.
We've had other people, Will Russ and those individuals, live stream. I wanted to download his Santa outfit, but
we ran out of room.
We're going to save that for the next show. And that's how we're going to start our next show is we're going to show everyone the video of our boy, Will Russ, dressed up in a Santa outfit. Yeah. And that's how we're going to start 2025. So
sounds good to me.
You know what I mean? Anything else, Donnie, that's on your mind that we missed?
Nothing I can think of off the top of my head right now, my man. It's all I got for you. Hopefully this was entertaining and we had fun making this. So we'll talk to you guys here in a couple of weeks and we'll be back for sure in the new year.
Yes. And like I said, let's try to get together, put everyone in softball together to grow this together. That's the main plan. I know my boy Pat Caputo, hopefully Anthony Tyler comes to his senses and we all can work together in regards to growing what we all love, and that's the game of 16-inch softball. And that's all I got, Donnie. So happy holidays to everyone. Happy New Year to everyone, because the next time I'll see you, Donnie, is probably next year.
Yes, sir.
So once again, we appreciate all the support. Please follow us on all the platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, whatever you have. A late sign on here was Jake Olson, our boy Jake. Just joined the show. So I know Jake is one of the interviews that I want to have in 2025. So, Donnie, you and I will talk off the stream here before we go to bed. So,
all righty.